It is the glory and the greatness of our tradition to speak for those who have no voice.
As the third longest serving senator in U.S. history, Edward Kennedy was the voice of many, sponsoring thousands of pieces of legislation in his nearly half-century in office. According to biographer Adam Clymer, Kennedy hoped to better people's lives.
If your parents or somebody you know gets benefits from Meals on Wheels, that's Kennedy. If they go to a neighborhood health center, that's Kennedy. He played a leading role in ending the draft. There's been no civil rights bill since he got to the Senate that he hasn't played a significant role on.
Soon after the assassination of President John F. Kennedy, Edward Kennedy continued his brother's desire for social change by helping to pass the Civil Rights Act of 1964, which outlawed racial discrimination in the workplace. He went on to champion several other causes, including access to affordable health care, fair housing, and voting rights. Kennedy, whose son lost a leg to bone cancer, also worked to end discrimination against those with physical and mental disabilities, with the passage of the Americans with Disabilities Act in 1990. Andrew Imperato is president and chief executive officer of the American Association of People with Disabilities.
I think that Senator Kennedy understood the idea that disability is a natural part of the human experience, and that just because somebody has a disability, it doesn't mean that they shouldn't have the opportunity that other people have. So if you're talking about a child, they should have an opportunity to go to school with their peers.
Senate Associate Historian Donald Ritchie says it was not only the number of issues Kennedy fought for, but how he fought for them. Ritchie says the senator was well-liked and able to build alliances with political adversaries to push through legislation.
He figured out that, okay, we can agree to disagree, but where is the one point where we do agree? Where is the common ground? And that's what an effective legislator has to do, is look for the places where, we can create national consensus around an issue.
With Edward Kennedy's death, one of the nation's most prominent political families is left without an obvious heir. But family friends say while Kennedy's passing marks an end of an era, his legacy will move forward. Former Democratic speechwriter and counsel Ted Sorensen.
Ted Kennedy himself would have told you that the fulfillment of those Kennedy ideals is not dependent upon one person. It's not dependent even on a Kennedy. It's dependent upon all those who believe in that standard of opportunity and justice.
In supporting Barack Obama's presidential bid, analysts say Ted Kennedy looked to pass his message of hope to a new generation of American leaders. Pande, VOA News.